What's going on with all my money motivated stars, man? I'm finna hit y'all with a sensitive topic. Don't care. But nah, man, one of my female friends, she wanted me to talk about this. Like I said, I wasn't even I ain't know nothing about this, but she told me the other day, and I was like, I don't know, I don't probably want to talk about it just because I didn't want to talk about it. But then it popped up on my timeline today when I was on YouTube scrolling. Then the algorithm whooped my ass. So I saw it and I was like, maybe I do need to talk about this. Cause it's like something when you hear about something, you really don't want to talk about it until you actually see it. You like, okay, I probably need to talk about this because you know what I'm saying? So my opinion on the whole, if y'all don't know, Jess Hilarious, who is a female comedian, she's been on the fire lately because she made some comments about the transgender community. You know what I mean? So the video I saw, I think she was responding to a transgender saying, the transgender in the video was saying, like, who made women the gatekeepers of, you know what I'm saying, basically being a woman, calling themselves women, you know what I mean, just because y'all get periods and all this stuff, you know what I mean? So it really is like a back and forth. So I guess Jess Hilarious may have saw that video and she went back and made a comment on it with a lot of emotion, obviously, you know what I mean? Because, like, here's my breakdown of it, you know what I'm saying? Since you wanted to know, you know what I'm saying, this is my breakdown of it. I feel like I'm gonna play both sides, man. I feel like nobody is really in the wrong, you know what I mean? And I know somebody just like, oh my God, you know what I mean? Like, only reason I feel it is because I know what I know, you know what I mean? Because we can't get mad at transgender people or gay people feeling how they feel, you know what I mean? Just because I know it's a spiritual attack on the human body. And when I say that, it's a lot of boys who feel like they should be women, you know what I mean? Because, number one, because of the foods that we eat. And I know that sounds crazy. Yes, we have a lot of foods out there that boost the estrogen in men to make them act more feminine and lower their testosterone. That's facts. You gotta go look it up. You can either go watch Dr. Bobby Price and he'll tell you that, how they put the shit in the water to make the male frog turn into a female frog. The genetics start changing when they put that water in that frog, you know what I mean? And they say a lot of that water that they use testing that frog is in Atlanta. So we know I think that's the gay capital, I think, Atlanta, you know what I mean? It's the water people drinking, it's the food people eating, and it's the spirits. Like, it goes back even to past lives. A lot of people were females in their past lives, you know what I mean? So it's a lot of shit that's going on spiritually that a lot of people are not in tune with their bodies to even know these things. Like, you're gonna think I'm crazy as fuck if you just watching this shit. You know nothing about spirituality. You know nothing about past life. You don't believe in reincarnation. You know what I mean? Even Dick Gregan, when he was alive, he was talking about they can drop a bomb in the stadium and make a lot of people start having sex with each other, the same sex. You know what I mean? People don't believe that there's technology out here that can make somebody like the opposite sex. And then, not on top of that, a lot of these boys have been touched as a child by like 90% family members who are sick as hell, drunk uncles, you know what I'm saying? Even aunties raping their little, you know what I'm saying, nephews, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of sickness going on. So that's why a couple years ago, I wouldn't have said nothing like this, you know what I mean? But I'm able to understand both sides, you know what I mean? Because I feel just Hilarious side, because how she proud of her, like, I'm a woman. How can you tell a woman who has a period who made me in charge of saying who is a woman or not? You know what I mean? If I'm a man, I'm gonna identify with the man, so I'm just gonna be like that, you know what I mean? But I feel like she shouldn't have an opinion like that because she has a big platform. She can lose a lot of endorsements. Like, people like me, I can talk about this shit, you know what I mean? Got a little follow, you know what I'm saying? But I love y'all, you know what I'm saying? But people like that, and I feel like it's just pointless. It's useless to be outraged about that if you're a woman, you know what I mean? Because if you're a woman and you know the parts you have and you know you give birth, you know all these things, why get mad at somebody who you feel like can't do these things, why let them bother you? You know what I mean? You know how people say, why come off your throne for a peasant or whatever? Not calling transgender people peasants. I'm just saying, why come off your throne and let people get you out, you know what I'm saying, in a different emotion and not being able to control your tone and all that because your belief. Like I said, you're never gonna get them to believe that they're not women. And they're never going to get you to believe that they are. So what's the conversation? Where's all the conflict coming from? You got to let people be them. You know what I mean? It's an agenda on being gay anyway. You know what I mean? Just like the thing that happened in Nashville. It's a transgender woman got put on a beer can, Bud Light. Everybody was outraged about that. You know what I mean? And it's so crazy because it's an agenda. Then they said the reason why she was put on the Bud Light can to celebrate her year of being transgender. Like, that's not an accomplishment. That's the only thing I have a problem with. It's like, I'm pretty sure it's a lot of transgender women out there who've actually accomplished businesses, legacies, and different things. Like, it's trans actors, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that person ain't got a criteria of stuff, but that being the reason, just being a year in on your transgender journey, and like you get put on one of the world's biggest beer, you know what I'm saying? It's like that's where the agenda come from. Even when they came out and said SpongeBob was LGBT, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all gonna turn a little kid's cartoon into that, even though we had some suspicions, especially that episode when Patrick and SpongeBob was acting like they was the parents of that clown. I was like, yeah, I don't know about my boy Bob. But yeah, man, it's just, even when it comes to like Sesame Street, they saying Bert and Ernie was sleeping together. I'm like, bruh, y'all, like, come on with the gender shit, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like, we gotta recognize stuff and just take it for what it is. Just have your third eye open when you witnessing these movies and scenes play out. Everybody's playing a role, you know what I mean? Especially when it comes to Hollywood. We have people who not really even gay acting like they're transgenders and doing this, you know what I mean? And the real gay people are catching the straight bullets, you know what I'm saying? Because the real gay people, they just want to live their lives, you know what I mean? Like, everybody has a family member that's gay, you know what I mean? And the ones I didn't see, they don't do the much, they don't do the most, you know what I mean? They just try to blend in society, do what they do, and go home. You know what I mean? To their family, whatever they got going. Like, all this extra shit, it's not organic, it's not authentic. You know what I mean? They're just trying to make other people who have a difference of opinion clash with each other and argue and bicker. When it's a lot of stuff going on ahead of that tunnel, it's a whole train coming, but how can you see that train coming when you over here arguing about some little petty shit about, I don't agree with what you said. You don't agree with me? Well, I don't agree with you. I feel like people just throwing back insults and you know what I'm saying? Everybody just catching them bullets, you know what I mean? People who ain't even supposed to catch a bullet. That's just like a drive-by. Anybody can get shot doing a drive-by. You got that chop out the window just hitting kids. Like, that's how children end up dying, you know what I mean? Because you just acting off emotion and rage, and you don't care who you hit when you saying stuff. So you gotta be more cognizant of that. You know what I mean? A lot of people are affected by the words that you say. And I had to realize that, you know what I'm saying, while being on YouTube. YouTube has helped me grow my mindset and just my spiritual journey, period. You know what I mean? Me doing this outside of YouTube, me actually meditating, me actually reading, me actually doing what, being more in tune with myself. I don't feel like I ever would have made a video this mellow and this understanding about this topic if it was like me 6-7 years ago. I know it wouldn't have been on this level, but when you don't realize what's going on, and I realize a lot of people don't know what's going on, stop letting these folks play with your emotions, man. If you are who you are, be who you are. And don't give a fuck about what nobody got to say about that. We on this planet and we gotta live together. Fact of the matter, it don't matter about who you don't like. Shit, is us black people getting mad about the white people who don't like us? We still thriving and surviving, ain't it? All right then. So it's just like, shit, is the white people who black people don't like, ain't they still thriving and surviving? You know what I'm saying? Keep on thriving and surviving. If that shit ain't affecting you spiritually, mentally, or physically, you shouldn't be in the uproar about an opinion. What they say, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words may never hurt me. Do I gotta bring back the old school saying? We grown, you know what I'm saying? Just move past what you hear. If you don't agree with it, okay, you know what I'm saying? Because if it was goddamn the other way around and it was a female who trying to become a male, trying to tell me, talk to me in my ear and say, who made you over the male thing? Who gives you the right to say, am I a male or a female or not? I'm a male just like you. I'm just gonna be like, okay. I'm not gonna argue with you. If you feel like you dead, you dead. We create our own realities. If you feel like you dead, you dead. You know what I'm saying? That don't mean I'm gonna agree with you. Just like I'm gonna let you go and live your life. I'm not gonna bash you about it. You know what I'm saying? So that's my take on it. You know what I'm saying? So if y'all like the content, man, hit the like button, share it, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? But y'all be blessed on walking in smoke.